Hello farmers, welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. First day of fall. Hello fall, how are you doing? Things are doing well here in Griffin, Indiana because we finally got our hay last episode. A good amount of hay, we should be fine until next season for sure. Will our grass field grow enough to get into the cut end of the season? Time will tell. Meanwhile, the bank account is looking mighty good, up to almost $500,000 in the bank account. If we go over, right now Frank is fertilizing the town of Griffin, Indiana. We've been taking turns, actually. He's been doing the big fields. I kind of like do the small ones. Why on the small fields, why would I do course play? It doesn't take that long to do it. But today, so far, $152,000 worth of fertilizing contracts are done. If you forgot, our loan is down below $2 million, which means our loan interest is down to $12,655 at midnight. So not too bad. I'm not going to pay any more off the loan because we are saving up to buy a field. I actually have enough money to buy some fields, but the field I'm interested in buying is going to cost just shy, I think it's like $770,000, which is field number 30, which will give us some sheds for things like this. And we're going to grab this morning. Actually, let's go ahead and decouple this because we actually have two harvesting contracts, but I need both headers. I need the corn header and, of course, this header right here. I'd rather go ahead and hook up the corn header first. It's a corn sunflower slash header is what I should call it. It does corn and sunflowers. So we got a sunflower field to harvest. So we're going to put that on the front of the combine. So let's go ahead and hook that up. It's just easier. I knew I had to drive in here and I didn't want to have to back up with that articulated header trailer that we have. So bringing them both down with us. Another field is soybeans. We actually have a soybean field that is ready for harvest. I'm pretty sure all the other soybean fields up in the northern part of Griffin, Indiana will be ready for harvest some point soon, which field number 30 actually has in it, and I'm hoping I can get enough cash to go ahead and do that. Now, will have enough cash when we can sell all the grain that we have in our lovely little silo here. But unfortunately, the high price for that grain that we have will not come until the beginning of December. And of course, by then, field number 30 will definitely have to be harvested by then. So the question is, can I come up with another, well, it's like $300,000 by the time that field needs to be ready for harvest? Actually, are the fields even turning down here? Some fields actually are growing, and other fields don't appear to be growing. This is not the field right here. Oh, gotta be careful going across this bridge. Yeah, I'm hitting a little bit there. Gotta be kind of careful going through here. Yeah, this field right here. Is there anything in this field next to us? Let's check out what's going on here. That actually should be oats, but I don't. Is that? That's actually growing, so that's for next season. Soybean fields are the only fields that will be harvested this year, so plenty of soybean fields. There's Frank down there in field number 16. I don't know how much we're getting paid to do that. I'm doing field number 11 first. Where does that need to go? That needs to go to Country View Milling, which I know exactly what that is. We're going to get paid $13,501 to harvest that field, which is right in front of us, and that won't take us too long here. Let me start getting some things set up, which is unfolding the combine harvester that we have here. And I'm going to plop this header down. Let's try not to take out the stop sign. And we're just going to pop that right here. Yep, now I got to back up with the header trailer. Not sure what that's doing back there. Actually, it's not doing too bad. Oh, man, this combine is a wide sucker. So, don't be surprised if I knock down a sign here or there. Yep, I don't even bother looking for traffic anymore. Just pull up. There's traffic. We'll let them figure it on out. So, I'm not going to take us too long to harvest these fields. The combine probably does need to be repaired. Oh yeah, look at the repair status on the combine. It's been a long year with the combine, but it's getting along rather fine. It should be good. Should be more than fine for us. Let's go ahead and hook up the header. Lift up the header before I fold it in. Sometimes I make that mistake. Fold it on up. Yeah, I hear you honking. Jeez, give me a moment here. I hope in Farming Simulator 22 the people have a little bit more patience than what they have now. That's ridiculous. You know, give your farmers a chance. That's all I'm saying. Just give your farmers a chance. Alright, so with our combine, obviously, if you're new here, this combine is a modded combine. It's the Ideal 10T is what we have. This combine is modded to hold 120,000 liters of grain. So, should have no problem getting all the soybean in this combine. And then we got to go over actually up towards Country View Milling, so I may not even use the Peterbilt truck and trailer to go unload. We'll probably just go up there and I'll unload it right into... Actually, I probably will, because I'm going to want to keep the extra grain that we get out the field. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll get the Peterbilt and the trailer once we get done harvesting this field, which shouldn't take us too long, like I said, harvesting at 11 miles an hour. The field is not that big, although if I had a smaller combine with a smaller header and harvesting at the correct speed, which is 6 miles an hour, I'd be here for a while. But with this combine, not too long. So as you saw, Frank has a lot more fields to fertilize. I'm guessing probably like maybe $70,000 worth of contracts left to go on fertilizing. And of course, like I said, we got a lot of harvesting contracts coming up. All the soybean fields need to be harvested. Now the question will be, if I get them harvested, like this field right here, will the farmers want them reseeded right away for winter crops? Basically, wheat, oats, and barley will be the top crop of choice. So if I can get a lot of contracts like that, there's a good chance we can get enough money to buy field number 30 before we have to harvest it and all that, so we'll get all the crops off that field directly. Now, in my opinion, field number 30, like I said, is going for like $770,000, somewhere around there. The fields right in front of us, I think it's fields 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. The fields range anywhere from like $330,000 up to $400,000 a piece, which is something we could afford, but there are no sheds on it whatsoever. The field size is not much smaller than field number 30, but field number 30 does come with all the sheds on it and all that. So yeah, I am overpaying for field number 30, although there is some forestry on that map, or I shouldn't say forestry, there's a forest on that map, on that particular lot of land, so we could do some forestry work on that, but that is mostly the maples and oak trees, which are very curvy, which a tree harvester does not like. So if I do any forestry on that, I'll be with a chainsaw and have to pick it up by hand or grappling hook or something. And yeah, if it's not an autoloader in Farming Simulator, I pretty much, yeah, I tried doing it the manual way of logging, and yeah, it just takes me too darn long. Probably one of those things, like I've said before, if I took the time and did it constantly, you would get good at it. I've seen other YouTubers do forestry work, and they do it all manually, and they make it look really, really good, or make it look really, really easy. I just don't do that much forestry work at all. Although I did do a little bit of a Let's Play on Green Mountain Forest, where that's a map that's nothing but trees, and we pretty much were trying to make a city out of it. I don't know how many episodes I did on that, but we were pretty much done with that map anyways. Although I didn't quite finish what I wanted to do. And I thought about going back to that map. I know some people ask about that map once in a while. And unfortunately, a lot of the mods I use for a local company, a lot of the mods that work for that, yeah, don't quite work anymore. So I would have to change a lot of things on that map. So I was going to say maybe in the future I get back onto it, but I don't think I'll have time before FS22 comes out. I know it sounds kind of weird. It's like FS22 doesn't come out for quite a while. But between With the Farms, that storyline, and of course the challenge here, I don't see myself getting time to do another series of Farming Simulator along with everything else we're bringing along on the channel. But maybe when 22 comes out, maybe I will get into some, not farming, but forestry work. We'll have to see what 22 even brings. But right now, I need to get focused back on what I'm doing here. I'm trying to raise 2,000 cattle on a dairy farm. Now, I am thinking about purchasing some more cattle. Probably I'm going to wait until we can purchase field number 30. But then again, I say that now, but then again, I may go ahead and just be like, you know what, it's not going to hurt to go spend a couple $1,000s to get more cattle. I'm thinking about maybe getting like 20 more, something like that. And then next year, of course, they will get pregnant, and eventually we'll start getting more and more cattle. It's going to be interesting for me to see how fast the calves that were born this year grow up, and before they can get fertile and produce offspring. And just, we need to start producing more and more milk, although they're doing pretty darn good already, which is not too bad. And with our sell point actually asking for decent prices, I haven't seen it dip below $1,000 per 1,000 liters yet, so that's going to be good. Actually, I don't even know how much liters we got now, but I'm going to guess it's in the teens, meaning like 15, 16,000 liters or so. I do see Frank is done down there, so I'm going to let him just sit down there and take a break. Actually, he actually took a long break. I've been doing a lot of small fields before I started recording here. So he's doing field 16. I'll probably bring up the field number 29, which is up kind of behind us in that general direction over there. That's the one with the oil drill in it. Now, someone did ask a while ago, and I can't remember if I brought it up and mentioned it or not, but someone did ask, if I buy that field, do I get money from the oil drill? I'm going to say no, but since I haven't bought the field, I don't know, and I haven't heard anyone say buy that field because you get money from the oil well. I don't think that's a thing, but you never know. That was actually a thing in, was it 17? Farming Simulator 17, to where there were oil drills and wells, and you could, it was kind of like a mod, and you could place oil drills down and drill for oil. I don't remember if I ever used it. I can't remember. I don't think so, and I don't think I ever got around to it. We do another soybean here. So, yeah, soybean that we'll be harvesting this fall. Won't be selling that at all until next season. The best price for soybean is like the beginning of summer. So we almost got to wait a full year before we sell the soybean. But the good part is any extra crop we get, we'll put in our silo, and that'll be just money sitting in our bank account in a way, just that's sitting in our silo, and it's not actually money. Just have to wait until next year, because right now, if I were to sell this soybean, the prices are terrible compared to what I can get for it in the beginning of summertime. So like a lot of you have said, because we do have a field of soybean ourselves, and the only field that we have, everyone has mentioned soybean with precision farming does not require fertilizer pretty much at all. So that's why when we planted soybean, I was like, why does it say fertilizer is good? Didn't realize soybean didn't need that much fertilizer at all. So live and learn, I guess. See how are we doing on the combine. So yeah, we only got, I don't want to say only got 20,000 liters in the combine. The base game combine, that would be a full combine, but not with our modded one. So yeah, right over there, field number 30 has a couple of sheds on it, which would be awfully good for like the combine, our trailer, the Peterbilt, the headers or whatever. A lot of good parking down there, and plus I think keeping the big equipment down here wouldn't be too bad, because the only thing on the other side of the bridge that we have is field number 1, and of course we got our grass field. Now in the long run, I don't know if I'll ever get there, like I said, because only doing 2 episodes per week. In the long run, maybe field number 1, I may turn that into a grass field as well, to have 2 grass fields, because I'm assuming once we have a lot of cattle, they're going to go through a lot more hay, silage, and all that, so we may need more grass to make in the hay. Now, I'm not worried about making silage, because the fields that we buy down here eventually will turn into corn, and we can make chaff out of that. That's the long distance planning that we have right now. But after we buy like field number 30, we'll probably just put standard crop into it. Probably some cereal crops, so I can get some straw and sell that, or I may need it for bales, all depends. And then we'll put like an oilseed crop into it, so just keep rotating it. I have to do that crop rotation thing that Seasons has. Let me get more of this field done. I may move Frank around to the field, and he can get fertilizing on that. And then we'll grab the corn/sunflower header that we have and head over to the other field and harvest that as well. But I got to bring the Peterbilt down with the truck to empty out this. So let me get some work done around here, and I'll bring it back in just a moment. Start over. As you can see, field 11 is done with harvesting. I already brought the combine over with the sunflower header over to field number 14, I think it is. We're going to be harvesting sunflowers over there. So I got to unload the soybeans out of there, bring it to Country View Milling, Country View something or other. Yeah, that's sell point. We'll drop off the soybeans there to finish the contract in field number 11. We'll get to keep some soybeans Frank has finished field number 16, which is over here kind of on our right. He did the field right here on our left with the oil drill in it, field number 29. He's done with that field as well. He's now over at field number 6, fertilizing that field. Like I said, he's fertilizing Griffin, Indiana completely, basically. You can see the soybean field that we got to harvest. Not soybeans, sunflowers. I got soybeans on the mine because you can see got a good amount of soybeans in here. How much are we going to be able to keep after we sell it up here for the farmer we're doing contracts on? I have no idea. But it's going to be a decent amount, I would think. Let's see, there's 40,000 liters of soybeans. And 50,000 liters of soybeans. I wasn't even paying attention when I was harvesting to see how much I had in there. I was just like focused on getting the harvest done. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's go up here and make sure no traffic is coming. Luckily we don't have to go too far. So we can finish this contract. There's a cornfield over there. That should be ready for harvest sometime soon this fall as well. So I haven't collected on any of the contracts yet that Frank has done, so that's why we're still sitting just below 500,000. But when we get done harvesting our field, I'm pretty sure Frank will be done fertilizing field number 6. So I'll have about a total of 5 contracts to collect from. And yeah, we're not selling any of the grain. Sunflowers I may sell. I have to look at sunflowers to see what a good price is for that. But I know soybean is early summer, and of course all the cereal crop is like early winter-ish. Alright, so now I got to keep my eye on the upper right-hand corner because it'll tell me when the contract is complete, and I don't want to sell the soybeans for the price it's going on. So I got to be quick on the trigger so I don't sell too much. I'm usually quick enough to where it's under $1,000. It should be under $1,000 that we earn from selling crop. Just have to keep your eye on the upper right-hand corner. It's going to show up here eventually. There we go. Contract to field number 11 is done. Alright, so the rest of the soybean we get to keep, which is 20,000 liters, which is pretty darn good right there. 20,000 liters of soybean is ours from one field. So that's going to come key because I think the high price for soybean is up around 1,100 in early summer. So whatever the contract, I think I forgot what it was, like 11,000, 13,000 we got to harvest field number 11. We actually got more crop worth in money than we did for the contract, basically, or at least I hope. I got to go stick this into the silo back at our farm because I have to bring that sunflower over to complete the contract later on, and of course you can't mix up grains, of course. So let me go dump this in the silo. We'll meet you back at the combine. We'll harvest that field really quick. And by then, like I said, Frank should be done with field number 6, and we'll deliver the sunflowers. I think that's going into the city at the silo by the store, which is called Poppy something or other. I forgot what, but we'll double check later on. Let's dump that 20,000 liters into our silo. That's going to be good become next summer. That's for darn sure. But we're going to have a lot more soybeans by the end of this fall. Hopefully we get a lot of harvesting contracts for soybeans. There are a couple of times to where I missed on harvesting contracts in year number 1, season number 1. We're in year number 2, I believe. Yeah, we're in year number 2. So hopefully we don't miss any soybean contracts. Have to keep our eye out. There's Frank over there. He's fertilizing field number 6. He'll be done in no time flat. There is our header, which probably needs repair along with the combine harvester as well. Now I know somebody did say a long time ago that when your harvester gets worn out, pretty much as ours is right now, that I'll actually lose some harvest. And I actually did a test on this. I don't think I ever made a video on it, but I did a test on it myself. And I'm going way back when 19 came out and this was kind of a thing. I think I lost a little bit of a harvest on a field. So basically what I did was I saved the game, turned off autosave, harvested the field, reloaded the game, and compared it to a worn out header and harvester to a fully repaired one. And it wasn't much difference in the harvest. So But that was like Farming Simulator 1.2, and I think we're at 1.7. So I don't know if that has changed or not, but we're going to roll with it for now. I know my combine is a little bit worn out, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Alright, so the sunflower field that we got here. Yeah, there's the corn right there. It looks like it's ready for harvest, but I think when I go to the PDA map, it doesn't show it as ready for harvest. Probably day 2 of fall. I haven't really checked the forecast either. I thought it was supposed to rain. We did the hayfield yesterday. It rained a little bit overnight. Not much, only for like an hour or two, it seemed like. Of course, at nighttime, I go at 2,000 times the speed. So it rained really quick. By the time we finish harvesting this field and bring the crop over to the mill that we have to bring it to and collect on the 5 contracts, I'm hoping to be up. We should definitely be over 525,000. But our goal is like $780,000 because that's how much field number 30 cost. But I got to make sure I leave myself a little bit extra cash because yes, we still have to make that loan interest. We have to pay interest on our loan of just a little bit over $12,500 every day. Now, if I make more money for this season, I may go ahead and pay off a little bit more on the loan, and then beginning of next year, we'll start saving up some cash for our drill and our seed tank. We need a seed tank to go along with our drill and planter. So hopefully at the beginning of the year, we'll get enough cash to be able to purchase those. As for the 3rd tractor, that'll be like the last thing I buy in that trio, between the drill, the planter, and the seed tank, because our Deutz-Fahr can go ahead and plant easily with that material. And the good thing is once I have it, then I can start using my drill on all the seeding contracts that go around. So not that I was a big hit, because with multiple contracts, we were just taking one contract and leasing the equipment from one contract and using on all the others. So it wasn't like I think Giants initiated that contract to be, because yeah, you're not supposed to be able to take multi-mission contracts at a time. But that is a lovely little mod to have. I'll say that much. As you can see, because we can just accept a whole bunch at once, and I can just send Frank from field to field to field, and not have to keep going in and take contract, collect, contract, collect. Pretty much this morning, when we woke up, I mean, all the fertilizing contracts were there, just accepted them all, and pretty much me and Frank have been cycling back and forth, and I've been working from field to field to field. Pretty much working the southern part of Griffin, Indiana. We're working our way up towards our farm. I did have to come back once to top off the fertilizer spreader. Definitely go ahead and fill up at our location, because I think Alien Jim's mod, that's where we have this, I think it's the seed hut or is the fertilizer hut. Must be the fertilizer hut that we fill up at. I think it's a little bit cheaper than buying it at the store, and it's a lot easier, because at the store you have to buy the pallets. And of course I'd have to buy like 9 pallets. It's just easier to go to ours because it's cheaper, and plus you just got to hit refill once and it will fill up the whole thing, although it does get rather expensive. But we get more money in return, that's for darn sure, by fertilizing the fields. So not much for sunflower here. Oh, that's right, before I continue, because I'm going to forget, let's go into seasons. We want to check on this. So like I said, the soybeans, you can see the max price was almost up to like $1,200 for soybeans. And that is actually like midsummer, and now you can see the price for soybeans today. It's almost like half the price, so definitely want to sell that. What is sunflower? So it looks like the high price of sunflower is $8.18, and today it's not that bad, it looks like. So let me just double check here. I mean, I'm not going to have much sunflower to sell. $7.82. Okay, it's a Posey Country Co-op. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Posey Country Co-op. That's where I think our contract even says we have to deliver it to, right? Yep. Same place. So I just may go ahead and sell it, because I'm not going to have much sunflower left over. And Frank has this finished field number 6. Well, he finished the contract. He's not quite done with the field. So we'll probably just go ahead and sell it straight up. No sense in storing a couple thousand liters of sunflower when I can just go ahead and sell it for almost, like I said, almost what the max price usually is. Now, yeah, I can store and wait for a great demand, but really for a couple thousand liters, not worth our time. We'll just go ahead and sell it as we're there. So, like I said earlier, I'm kind of hoping with all the contracts we're going to get, still with fertilizing and with the harvesting contracts we're going to get, I am going to take the contract for harvesting field number 30, but I'm going to save that until last. And hopefully with all the other contracts that we do, I can get up enough money to buy the field before we harvest it, and that way we can harvest it and get all the crop for ourselves. Yep, Frank is done. But we got many more fields. It's mostly the fields over here that need to be done. But I am going to be interested to see as the day goes on. I keep refreshing contracts. Field number 11 and this field right here, which I think is field number 14. I wonder if they'll come up for sowing contracts. But what I like to do is wait until we do all this soybean harvest and lease the equipment for one of the fields. That way I can seed them all together. Last pass for the sunflowers. So another question I do remember being brought up in the comments was, have I ever thought about using a grain trailer? I think I've used a grain trailer. I think we used it on Hazard County way back when. But overall, yeah, I know the purpose of a grain trailer, but for our purposes here at Farming Simulator, I really don't need one because our trailers hold just as much or even more than what a grain trailer can. Yeah, a grain trailer is definitely better for the fields by not putting all the weight on it. With using just wheels, you can use tractorized grain carts. But overall, what we do here, it's not too bad. And to me, that's just more money I need to spend on something that I can bypass, if that makes sense. Now let's go ahead and get this sunflower in here. I don't think the other farmers mind me parking in their field since I do a lot of work for them. I think I do most of the work for them anyways. Actually, you know, we plant the seed, we fertilize it, and we also harvest it as well. Any traffic coming? Nope, we're all set. And we'll take the main strip down the city and go deliver the sunflower. I could just cut right across, but almost took out a road sign, but I did not. And like I said, we're just going to go ahead and sell this sunflower as is because the price is not that much lower than what the high price usually is. But I'm not going to have much left over on that small field anyways. So I'm probably going to get probably not even $2,000 worth of sunflower off that field. Right on down the main strip. It's kind of funny this I kind of consider this like Main Street because it goes right down to the center of the town. Sometimes you go down here and there's tons of traffic, and other days or other trips you take down here, like right now, not a car in sight. Let's go ahead and pull on in here. And we'll complete the contract for field number 14 and get a little bit extra cash from selling the extra sunflower that we get to keep. Like I said, I'd be lucky if it's even $2,000 worth, but I could be wrong. I end up with a lot more soybean out field 11 than I thought. I actually got a good amount of cash. I actually got $5,000 worth of sunflower. That is pretty darn good. All right, so we're already over $500,000 in our bank account. But let's go ahead and complete some of these contracts. There's harvesting field number 14 for $3,600. Fertilizing field number 6 for $15,700. We fertilized field number 29 for $12,200. Harvesting field number 11 for $13,500. And fertilizing field number 16 for $14,777. Any new contracts show up that I should be taking? None. Harvest field 7. Oh yeah, that's the that's taters, right? Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Although it's rather cheap, $620 for just leasing the equipment. The only thing I would need is a harvester. I mean, it's not a bad paying price. It's not like before last year where it did feel like field number 16. So these are the fertilizing contracts I got left. It's like 10, 20, 25, 40, 50. But no, don't get to count that one. I got like $50,000 worth of contracts left. But that brought us up to $560,000. So another $200,000, I think it is. Best way to check is we'll go right into here, go to lands, and this is actually, yeah, so 778,000, so 780,000 for field number 30. Yeah, you can see the acreage on that is 29.15 acres, but I'm going to say half of that is not field. It's like sheds, buildings, and forest area. And like I said, these fields over here are not that bad. That's like 400,000, and that field is 16 acres. So like I said, field-wise, I'm better off buying this because the fields are probably the same size-ish. But this will leave me no room to put sheds on it or whatever, and this already has sheds on it. So we're just going to go ahead with that field there. I think I'm definitely overpaying for the land that's there. But good news is, I mean, yeah, technically I can use the sheds already. But I want to buy the land, and that way they actually become our sheds, so on and so forth. Yes, I can park my equipment there. I already know that. Yes, I do know. But we're going to go ahead and buy that land. Anyways, at some point. But hopefully, like I said, I got about another $50,000 worth of contracts here. So I need like another $200,000 to get me kind of comfortable before I buy that piece of property over there. But anyways, I got more fertilizing contracts to get to. Or me and Frank got fertilizing contracts to get to. And no more harvesting contracts as for now. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Griffin, Indiana. But until then, have a good one.